Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Sam World, and I'm here with the Drunken Coconut. Now, the Drunken Coconut guys, I wanted to get an interview with them because pretty much what they offer is going to be something very unique. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about blog posts and all that, sending your tracks to them. So they kind of do something similar, so I'm going to let them explain that for you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I wanted to get this one out because I know you guys are always asking questions about how to promote your music, how do I get out there. So hopefully these guys can shine some light on it. So here's the Drunken Coconut guys. So say hi, hello, whatever you guys want to say. Alright guys, so first off, who is the Drunken Coconut? Who are you guys? If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, we're a music marketing company and consulting company that started about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yep.
And we offer everything from artist management to music promotion, like any sort of project management. Like if you need help pretty much doing anything, we do consulting for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do demo submissions for you. Like we take it all off your hands. We do it for you. So you just worry on the music.
Yeah.
No. So it's all the marketing pretty much. The stuff like every artist hates, right? It's like you get the song, then you're like, okay, what do I do now? You know, that's the thing. It's cool, guys. So why the name, the Drunken Coconut? You know.
So we started. We went over this for like a week, and we were, there's so many names out there. We didn't want to be too similar to someone else, and since the tropical scene got really big, we thought, okay, what's tropical? We thought coconut. That hasn't been taken yet. Pineapple, all that's been done. So we're like coconut, and then what will relate people, and that's fun to this rave community and producer. We thought drunken.
The Drunken Coconut.
Yeah, nothing to do with alcohol.
Okay.
We call ourselves the Drunken Coconut. Kind of came to us, and
yeah.
That's what's up. It's memorable. It's memorable. It's like I'll remember you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, like the Drunken Coconut, man. Okay, so we were talking before this interview, and you're the artist, right? You're like the one that has done samples and stuff. So what made you go from doing what you were doing to doing this now? Like,
the main reason is I've been an artist in the EDM scene for about 3 years by the name of Turl, and I thought I didn't know how to promote my music. And I found all these promotion channels eventually, and I thought, okay, we have to pay them. And I'm like, well, you have to pay for marketing. I get that. But then after 3 years of doing that, it was negativity. There was no results. I didn't even know who these people were I was paying. And I was just fed up with it. And I thought, I don't want artists to have to go through this. So we came up with the Drunken Coconut, and that's where we kind of shifted gears to help artists and become one of our own.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about, like blog posts in general? Because I've seen a lot of like blog posts where they have like a lot of followers and stuff, but and I have a lot of students that get to these blog posts and pretty much their marketing plan is straight off the bat, pay these guys to promote their track, and they get followers, but then when the tracks, they release a track and they don't promote it via a blog, it's like it doesn't get any plays. You get me? It's like the followers are fake in a way. What do you think of that? Like,
it's hard with this industry because followers are so inflated nowadays that I'm really trying to teach people. We are trying to teach them that if there's 100,000 followers on a SoundCloud or blog, doesn't mean you're gonna get. You can like I said, 0.5 to 2% will actually listen if they're even real. And like we do talk in our PDFs and stuff how to look for that stuff, but we have only 7,000 followers on our base network, but our whole network's over like 5 million.
Wow, that's
but
awesome.
We tell people, if you look at our uploads, we have over 10,000 on each track, but as someone with like 100,000 to 200,000 might only have 2,000 plays.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's not always about the followers. So, we get a lot of people saying, well, how can you promote us with only 7,000? And then we tell them, and then they're like, wow. So I always warn artists, just make sure numbers don't always matter.
Yeah, numbers don't always matter. Yeah, you were telling me about that whole 1% thing, and I thought it was very interesting. I didn't even know about that, I just assume 100,000 people followed them. But I did have like a hunch that some of them were fake. I don't know, I guess, the whole blog business, and then there's also SoundCloud bots and all that stuff, so you gotta be really careful, right?
Yeah.
But
it might not even be that they're like fake. They could just be inactive. Like they could have been following them 5 years ago, and they just stopped using SoundCloud. Or maybe they used it once as a guest and like followed it, and then they're gone the next week.
Yeah.
They might just not there.
Yeah.
So when you guys get like a new track, like what's the game plan for you guys? Like, do you guys have like a specific kind of strategy or like a thing you guys do every time, or what's
it differs artist to artist. We do set packages, and then we have, if you have certain goals and stuff to be met, we do it like that. But say they just want a typical repost package with some social media blasts, we do that, and we do it from, I don't know, prices range from really low to super high, right, depending on what they want. But we're fair to everybody, and we usually have, like, we have a huge schedule. It's a 8-foot whiteboard that we have with all the tracks and stuff, and when they're going to be reposted and stuff like that. So yeah, we really do structure our
we structure all the social media posts. Like, we'll have like Snapchat scheduled in, and so once we get them signed up, we just schedule everything, and we say you'll start on this day. Yeah. And then at the end, we send them their statistics and everything. Yeah. So that's pretty much what we do most of the time. Like, both our basic packages are all of that. Yeah.
That's great. So how important is it for an artist to, as you guys said, you guys kind of structure everything. How important is it for an artist to do that themselves, Because a lot of people just make music and they think that's it, but,
Oh, yeah. Music is only like a quarter of the battle, unfortunately. In today's world, we're expected to do the mastering, the production, the marketing, and all that, right? So that's what people like us are for, to help you take away half that. But, we... forgot the question, sorry.
How important is it?
Yeah, it's very important for artists to structure.
Yeah.
They should, instead of releasing, quantity over quality, or quality over quantity, sorry. You don't want to release a track every day. That's not going to help you. You want to release one maybe bi-weekly, monthly. We read the SoundCloud Bible. I don't know if you've read that.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. It's definitely worth it. The new one just came out yesterday or 2 days ago. We spent the $20. We read through it. It's great, and artists should really focus on. There's like a downfall to each track, so you get your peak, and the rate when you start to fall, you want to release another one to keep it going up, and that'll create more like fluid
momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
That's
so it's very important.
That's a really cool tip, man. See, this is stuff I don't even go into when it comes to this, like music production. It's like all I care about is the track has to bang, but like I said, like it's only 10% of the battle. If people don't know who you are, then they're never gonna know that you're that good. You kind of that's that thing, right?
Oh, yeah, we've seen so many I want to call them like just unknown artists that have so much talent. They're just sitting at like 15 plays, 0 followers, and I'm going, oh my gosh.
Well, they just don't know what to do, and that's why we give away so many free PDFs to just give people like the basics, and then we also have our coaching program that's more in depth, where we can teach people marketing as well as production, because nobody really teaches that. There's so many tutorials on
everything's
production, but like.
Where can someone find these free PDFs though? Because I've seen your PDFs. But where could someone go to, like, let's say one of us wants to download it? Where would I go to find that free PDF for marketing?
You can either go to our Facebook group, The Drunken Coconut, or our website, thedrunkencoconut.com, and it'll have everything there. We have like our fall guide, our PDFs, everything's there for them.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn marketing after I watch this interview. What would you say is the most important thing to learn? Like, what's the first thing I should go learn? You would say.
Branding.
Yeah.
Branding.
Branding. I see it fail so many times with artists that they don't even have the basic of like how to contact them. They need all that information. They need to look at artwork, their name, who they are, what they represent. But it's going to define you the rest of your life.
Yeah, if your profile looks like really like cohesive and everything just matches and it's just beautiful, people are going to want to click on your tracks, and they're going to feel like you're a bigger art. Like, it just gives you this like impression that people almost want to follow you right away, rather if you just have a random picture of a cat as your profile picture. And like, yes, that's awesome, but
dead mouse. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? I'm assuming this is branding. People wearing like the masks and the heads and all that.
I mean, it works, right?
It's working. Like, I can't say anything. I used to wear a turtle mask when I DJ'd like 2 years ago. But like Popcorn and Marshmello, Dead Mouse, it represents who they are. Yes, I think now it's starting to get too much of a troll aspect of things, like popcorn. Like, come on.
Well, yeah.
Even Marshmello, I thought really, but hey, it worked for them. It's propaganda, it's marketing, it worked.
Yeah.
So
why do you think?
Like, it's about what your morals are and what you think is like the right way to get big. But if you pay for 1 million plays and put a popcorn bucket on your head, like, and you go to play Tomorrowland next year, like, I mean, it worked, right?
That works, man. So, why do you think these guys are so memorable, though? You think it's just because it's like every DJ looks like Black V-neck, and you know they kind of have like that same look, and then all of a sudden here comes this fucking guy with a bucket on his head, right? So.
It's the people that see Marshmello came up, and then someone else said, okay, what's the guy that we're going to pick up and make money off of? And they found this popcorn guy, and they're like, this can be our Marshmello, let's take him.
Yeah.
Like, they're looking for the next thing, and people are into people with masks, like food masks on their head right now, so.
It's true. Who knows, next will be like Pancake or, Blender.
Yeah, or their food
Blender.
is going to get old, and it's going to be something else next, and they're going to be looking for that, so.
Yeah.
Just trends.
Yeah, that's crazy. So branding, guys, you guys heard it? Go Google it or go download their PDF. Branding, that's the first thing you should learn, and I think that is the most important thing, because once you choose your name, you're stuck with it until the project either is a success or goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what do you guys think is the most important thing if someone were to want to promote their track? What do they need to do? Like, what do you think is like
the first thing is have your brand, obviously, we just talked about, and then have your track, your good. Usually it should be mastered. Labels, promotion companies, they don't want to promote something that's half-assed, right?
Yeah.
So make sure that's good, and this is the crucial part. You need to be professional when sending it to labels or promotion channels. We get hundreds of emails of just a link. What do you want me to do with that link? Like, who are you? What's your name? The link usually doesn't work. So we have actually in one of our PDFs, we have a whole 7-page article with templates on how to send to labels professionally.
Okay, there you go, man. Damn.
So it's really good because it's a frustration, and then people get mad that we don't answer them back, but we don't have time to go through the broken links and stuff. We have to move on to. We try. We
really want to have time, but when someone just says, "Hey, check this," and it's a link,
it's hard. Yeah.
It's gonna take me 20 minutes to figure out what you wanted from that. Like.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to be able to click it, know who you are and what you want, and then we can proceed. And that's what labels will want. If you send, say, to Monster Cat and your link's broken, they're not going to tell you. They're just going to move on.
Yeah, obviously.
So
it's like one email down, That's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, I did the interview with Cherney, last week, and he got on the Electrostep network, and, like 2 blogs hit me up after that interview, and they were pretty much telling me, hey, can you make a video on telling artists how to fucking send us, promos, So that's why when you said the templates, I was like, there you go, man. There you go. So go to their website, download the templates, guys. Stop embarrassing me. Come on. I like my artists and shit. Nah, but that's awesome, though. So do you think, when it comes to sending that, do you think you should give, a life story, or should it just be hey, this is my track, or, what do you think generally, should be written?
Usually, the labels usually do tell you what they want. But I personally, in our template too, kind of say a little brief description about yourself, but nothing major, like your age, where you're from, and your artist name, and then your social media links. That's pretty much all I do, because all you want to do is go, okay, Facebook, Turtle, okay, good. But some do like to hear your story. They want to hear a little bit about you. But I find the more that you write, the more they don't give a shit.
Fuck this woman.
Except the ones that were 2 pages long about their entire life story, and I was like, that's fun to read, but
yeah.
I don't know what it had to do with anything, really.
Exactly, yeah.
That's crazy. So, okay, so keep it short and simple. Less is better, right? That's pretty much what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So age 9, trap producer,
I was going to say press kits. Press kits are a definite must. We also make them as well for artists. We usually just make either 3 or 4 pages for a press kit, or just 1 page. It depends what they want. But it has all their information, so all they have to do is send their link and a little description about the track, and then upload their press kit with it.
So what is a press kit? If you had to define it, what would you say it is? It's just
it's just a way for press to know everything about you in a simple structured page.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty much what it is.
Links.
Yeah, you got your picture, a picture for them to use if they were gonna write a post about you. Your links, like all your information, like your name, like anything that they could basically like write a little feature on you with just that.
Yeah, like achievements, even your songs and stuff like that.
Pictures of you DJing and all that as well. Like, let's say you played at Tomorrowland, you would put a picture like that. Okay, that's cool. So press kits, Google that as well. That's another added to that list, man. All right, guys. So we were talking a little bit about how the whole Drunken Coconut works, and you guys obviously had to make connections and all that. My question is, you don't have to say who you make connections with or how, but how would you recommend someone to approach people and try to establish a connection with them? More than just like, here's my $20, take it, promote my check.
Yeah. After the 3 years, just short 3 years of me in this industry, you be polite. Polite's going to get you everywhere, and that's why we've been so successful in the last 4 months. But when you first know nobody, you just you go that extra mile and just take an hour or two a day and email some bigger channels, and don't start by saying listen to my track. Gain a relationship with them. Tell them who you are, how you like them, like kind of give good feedback on their channel.
Yeah. Nothing
about yourself. Just say I love your channel. Blah 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 blah. I'd love to hear from you again, and then it just kind of does a little snowball effect. Just keep rolling and rolling, and then you're good. That's how we did it.
Yeah, like when I first started this business, I had no music contacts. It was all his contacts. So I made an account, I added a bunch of people, and when they asked who I am, I go, I'm just adding a bunch of artists. I just want to get to know your music. Do you have a SoundCloud I can check out?
Yeah.
And I got to talking to them, and I got to know them first, and I said, by the way, your music's good. If you want promotion, I have a new promotion network. And I didn't start off with like
$20.
I offered promotion, give me $20. It was
yeah, that won't get you anywhere.
Yeah, it was like I want to see your stuff first and like get to know who you are, and then I can tell you what I do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Patience.
Patience, man. So you said like email these big channels, right, and just write them a polite letter and then insert your track or no track at first. Would you say no track?
If it's a demo, sure, send your track. But if you're trying to like gain a personal relationship with them, I sometimes stay away from sending a track first.
Yeah.
You kind of it might take a couple extra days, but hey, you might gain a good contact out of it, right? So. And it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it.
Yeah, I like it when people at least ask me first, like, would you mind checking it? Like, after they've had a conversation a little bit with me, saying, would you mind checking this out and seeing what you think of it? Like, a nice, like, ask first, don't say, hey, check this out, by the way. Like, link.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
Bam, hey, bam. Yeah, I get you guys. Yeah, I also say that a lot because some people just, like, they just go, hey, and I go, hi. He's like, boom, sends the link, check this out. So it's kind of like, it's a bit rude, but...
I knew why you were talking to me, and it's kind of like you're giving me.
Man, just lie about their track. It sucks and be like, hey, it's a banger. Just send it out. Nah, man. All right, so we've talked a little bit about marketing, and I want you guys to give me like your best, like the best like example of marketing you've seen that, out there in the world. It can be with music or maybe like toilet paper or whatever,
The best type, actually, I don't want to use Apple as an example, but they really do a kick-ass job of how to market professionally. Because honestly, their products, I'm a big Mac user and Apple user, but their products aren't the best. They, like Samsung, all those other products, they're kick-ass. But they somehow convinced, 20, 30 million people to buy the product on site. And I've seen this with not just, I'll try to use a smaller company that does a better job. Apple, everybody knows Apple. V-Moda headphones, actually. The ones we're giving away right now. They're a small business of I think 7 people.
Yeah, it's small out of us.
I thought they were huge. I thought they were like this huge factory, but no, it's like a small business of, I could be wrong in the numbers, but they're very tiny. And they're worldwide, and people buy them like that. And it's because they market properly with, they're the only people that customize headphones.
Yeah.
you have to pick something that people want, of course, value, and then things kind of just roll from there. But there's been so many great marketing tactics we've seen through, I can't remember all the businesses, but to become us, we looked at cool marketing tactics, right? So if you just Google like top 10 marketing tactics ever, top 10 ads, you'll really see the difference of a good business to a crappy one.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. So how can we relate that whole Apple? You because this is a perfect example actually. Mm-hmm. So you were saying Apple literally is at the top of the market, yet their products aren't the best. If we can relate this to music, it's gonna be like, let's say the number one DJ in the world has mediocre music, but people still buy it, right?
Yeah.
So why is that? Like, is there an explanation to it? Would you say, or?
Well, I think it's the image. Like with Apple, it's all about their brand and like having Apple on your, just having an Apple logo on your stuff.
That's what sells it.
And it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's like, it's a status symbol for people. So if it's like a trend for whoever is the big DJ to go see him, like whether it's actually good or not, you're gonna go party and say I went to this concert because he's big.
There's a ton of DJs that I don't think should be in the top 10. That's for sure. And actually, probably top 100. There's a lot of crappy DJs, but I always go, what did they do right? And it was their branding. They did something that was relatable to the target audience, and their target audience just ate it up. And that's what you have to do.
Just a big psychology game, whether you can get people to...
Yeah, whether you're bad, because, of course, in this world, it's all about money. So, as long as you can sell, you don't have to be talented. You just have to be able to sell.
So do you think, like the whole... Going back to the Marshmello thing, do you think it's the brand that's selling most of the music that he makes, or do you think his music's just up there with it as well?
The first time I checked him out, to be honest, it didn't seem any better than even the ones that have 15 plays that we've heard on our live feeds, like little small people making great music. Yeah. And some of the first Marshmello tracks, I went, this is the person people are talking about? Like, and I think it's just that he's, like, it's the mystery with, like, who is he? It's, like, just such a big topic and an image. And then when you actually, like, if you were to just listen to his tracks upload on someone else's channel, I think you'd be like,
So it's very subjective then, pretty much. It's like you hear he's a shit, so then you go into it and you're like, it's shit, but it's good shit. I don't know, So I feel like that's mainly why I think branding is so important. Like you guys were saying too, it's you want your brand to be known as that, and then if you stick your name to anything, I guess people will buy it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what happens because like they can get big, and then once they're big on these big labels, they can release anything.
Yeah.
And they're not going to say no to it because you're Tiesto or you're whoever. Like.
People will just buy it because it's your name. So.
I always like reading the spinning records releases, the comments. There's a lot of producers on there, and they're always talking shit. Like, what the fuck, this sucks. But it's like it's just the artists. They put in all that work, marketing, branding, and all that. Okay, so. Let's get into the topic of social media. This is like really important. I feel like I saw this question. Someone asked it, and I don't know where they asked it. It was either on my page, on a YouTube comment or something, but pretty much this guy was like, I always get stuck doing Facebook posts for my page, like communicating with my fans. Like, how should I approach this? Because I know, I even have a Facebook page that I don't even keep that active because I have trouble posting stuff, So do you guys have any tips for that, or?
I've noticed, Facebook pages, we have one, but we don't use it because the reach, you have to pay to get the reach, right? Yeah. And I personally think it's bullshit that Facebook does that to us, but it's just how they market and work. So we can't complain. So what we do is we do a group or just your profile, whatever. And we found we don't really know the algorithm yet, but we're really trying to figure it out. But if you do constantly like and comment on other people's stuff, that means Facebook alerts them when you post something new. So if you spend 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day commenting, liking stuff, even if it's stuff you don't like, it starts saying, okay, this guy's a really active user, and next time you post something, boom, you're going to have 50% more likes. We started with maybe 20 to 30 likes, actually lower than that, 10 to 20, and now we're over 100. So average. Like 60 to 100s are average now.
Yeah, usually that works, and then sometimes, like, Facebook's always going to have times where it's just going to be random. Like, we'll post something, and it'll just be dead.
Yeah.
Completely dead. And then 5 minutes later, we'll post something else, 50 likes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where we're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. That's good though. I mean, I think I read up on that whole Facebook thing, like on Google. Like I remember, like you had like people having like 100,000 followers. It's like they post something up, they barely get like 10 likes on it. You know, so yeah, it is kind of shitty. I think a lot of people are complaining about it. So do you think, for an artist, do you think it's better for them to make a group now, or should they still stick with the pages? Or
I like the groups.
I personally like groups better.
Yeah.
And the cool thing with groups, you can just add people in, and they don't have to accept. Yes, it can be
dude, no, don't say that. They're gonna abuse it. Like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get like 10,000.
You know what? Only one person didn't complain, so we did it.
Trust me, I hate it just as much as you. Like, if I get invited to groups I don't know anything about, I'm like, god damn it.
I think it's because they get into our group and they see a bunch of free stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, I guess this is fine.
Yeah.
Like, because it depends what your group is about. If you're just spamming your own music or something into there, they're gonna be like, what is this?
Yeah, right.
But I do think they should still make a page because it's good just for a press kit or something. Yeah. But your reach is going to be really crappy on them. Like, it's not personal, it's just how Facebook works. If you don't spend the money, you're not going to reach. And we've tried advertising on Facebook, but all we got like 30,000 reach, but only like 100 likes, and they were all from like, just like, it didn't matter. They were just random likes, right?
Yeah.
The Facebook advertising, they'll pick whichever the cheapest people to advertise are first. Out of what you've selected, they'll pick the group that's the cheapest for you and do those first. So we got a bunch from like South America or something, some random
Brazil
or something, and all of the likes were from Brazil because they were the cheapest. And then like North American likes, you're not going to get those because they're
you have to pay
expensive.
More.
Did you guys do like all audience or something, or was it like specific? Like you guys said, we want producer.
We did our target market.
Yeah,
you did
both.
The targeted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did world, and then we did like North America only, or Europe, or North America, Japan. We tried it all out. It works. It does do it, but sometimes it'll like just go to one country and stay there, and you're like, no, I need North America. I click North America. But,
you guys haven't watched that YouTube video? I forgot who made it. I think it was Vertigo. It talks about Facebook advertising and how it's like a scam. Mainly because there's a lot of bot companies, and obviously, like you guys said, a lot of your likes came from Brazil. And in that video, he talks about that, like how, you know, he has a shit ton of likes. He advertised for likes, you know, he advertised his page, and all he got were like botters pretty much from Indonesia, from Thailand, from Brazil, you know. So yeah, you know, that's why I guess, you know. And some people say don't even pay for Facebook advertisement, you know, because then they're gonna expect you to keep paying, and they're not gonna send reach when you normally do it, but. Again, another topic, you know.
Yeah, we never, from advertising on Facebook, we never got a sale back, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
So we just went to our group. It's pretty good. And then, of course, our profiles. But for artists, it's definitely what you post that'll intrigue people. You don't want to spam your new SoundCloud link and tag 1 million people. It's not going to work. You have to give out free content. You got to really make something visual that people are going to engage with. And like when we post something like, you know, free this, you know, you get lots of engagement. It's free. Everybody loves free things.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say like, hey, this pack's $10, it's dead air, right? So you have to find a way to always engage people and then hit them with money or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you have to do.
How would you do that with because you guys promote to producers, right? I do the same thing because my channel is based on, you know, helping producers out. So how would we, like, let's say I'm making music, how do I give value? Like, how do I make people come check my music out, pretty much, you know? Because there's so many producers out there right now, and it's going to be like, oh, it's just another one of these fuckers, you know?
Yeah, it's a plethora of artists now. Like, everybody and their grandma produces now.
Yeah.
So the main big thing is your brand, of course, and then the quality of your track. Now, how I started, I didn't know the EDM community at all, so when I started, I was lost. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to get 10 plays. And I just started contacting, like we said, about the bigger channels and even other artists to say, hey, would you like to check out my track? after you get to know them, and you network. Doesn't have to be with big networks, just other people. Like, I remember I started with just asking other people that started SoundCloud brand new, and they introduced me to new people, and it just grew. And then all of a sudden you have 2,000 followers on SoundCloud, and you can start really marketing up.
Yeah.
So,
but I think with, like, just posting on Facebook,
mm-hmm.
like, if you had to post something on Facebook and try to get likes for it as a producer,
mm-hmm.
yeah, it is hard to, because unless you're making sample packs or something, like, we have it good because we can give away like a different thing to market. We can give away PDFs, we can give away like our merchandise, we can give away all sorts of things like promotion. But yeah,
to really begin, it's tricky. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard for trying to get your music out there through Facebook posts, like with your tracks, like with the track. Now
it is.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
Don't, like Ryan said, just do it personally and not through the posts.
Yeah. Message 100 people with a new message each time, just saying, "Hey, how are you?" Blah blah blah. Even start with your best friends and family. Seriously, it works because your family's the ones that are gonna roll it out. Who knows? Everybody knows someone, right? So.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, but see, that's the thing too. Like, it's kind of tricky just because you can't. I mean, obviously, like Kashmir, right? He gives out free stuff to the producers, and that's how he gets a lot of likes. But then it's like you're trying to advertise to people that don't make music, right? It's like you're trying to get fans like that. So that's like the tricky part. How do I make them? Like, what do I give them besides free music? Because everyone's doing free music now, you know. So, I guess that's the tricky part that people have to figure out.
You have to be different. Yeah, you have to be different in the way, like, for our company, I'll use ours as an example. There's a million networks out there. Hundreds of networks. And we thought, oh my god, we're just going to be another one, right? How do we make ourselves different from the person next to us? And we went, okay, branding. And then, like, we're huge risk takers. We're the first to admit that. We just bought, $1,000 worth of promo items. And we're just giving them away. Like, it takes a lot of risk to be better sometimes. Not financially, but sometimes, like, take that extra step and just make something so unique. Artists use Facebook channels like Unilad or stuff like that post viral videos, and you'll find, like, the Pokemon Go remixes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's unique, right? You want to make something so that's trending and different, and then, make a viral video and send it out to a big channel. And people say, well, how to make a viral video? I've never made a viral video, but if I haven't tried either. I haven't tried. You can, you make a remix of something, send it off to a channel, and who knows, right?
Yeah.
It's got to find little cracks to pop through that are going to differentiate you to other people.
Well, it's just so much more than Facebook, especially, like, you're trying to get people that aren't producers, and most of these people have on Facebook as producers.
Yeah.
So you want to really essentially get off of Facebook. Like, try and, like, even if you got your song featured on someone's YouTube channel as, like, when they start their video, like any vlogger or something, they'll have the song title at the bottom, and, like, their credits will have your song rolling or something. Like, if there's a big YouTube person that can agree to do that, all of a sudden your song's out to 100,000 people or something. Like, just weird little, like, guerrilla marketing, like, things that you can think of.
Like, I looked at video game people. There's all these big Twitch users, and I'm like, well, what if they always play music in behind? That's how Gangnam Style became famous. I was playing it on Twitch, and then after it was out for, like, months, and League of Legends, I don't play it, but that game, it was it was a Twitch user who played that song, and eventually from Korea or whichever, Japan or something, it just went viral. And those are little ways artists can adapt and go, like, okay, what's different? Where can I get my music? Like, you want it everywhere you can, right? So,
yeah.
No, but if you get big in, like, a small little area, even, like, you can get thousands of people in a small little subscriber of someone's videos or something if you make them a track to open their videos with or something, like anything, just a small little market, and then all of a sudden you've got all these fans that'll pay for your music.
That's crazy. Man, never thought about that. I mean, I always thought about doing, like, the YouTube route where you, like, because obviously copyright is really bad on YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you have good music, offer it to bigger artists, you know, bigger YouTubers. Yeah, that's crazy. So, last question, because we've been talking for a while. If you had to pick one social media to focus on, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, which one would it be?
For artists?
Yeah, for artists. You know.
I'd probably have to say right now still SoundCloud, unfortunately.
Still SoundCloud?
SoundCloud is still the go-to place, despite all the rumors of it going under. They just got sponsored a huge thing from Twitter, so they're good. I think it was like $50 million or something.
Yeah.
They'll be up for a long time, but SoundCloud is still the go-to place. That's still where all the demo labels and stuff want your link to go back to, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I would say, SoundCloud right now.
Yeah, if you're not on SoundCloud, then you're gonna be suffering in some way. Like someone's gonna you're not in with everyone else.
Yeah. Now I know Spotify is cranking up the volume too, but I still think it's more of a streaming service for non-artists to listen to. It's not a really good platform yet to promote your music on, but so SoundCloud is still, I would say, the one to use.
Yeah, the go-to one, right? I lied. There's one more question.
No worries.
Man, this is a hard one to put, because I always feel like this is the problem with most artists, is the fact that most of their fans are producers, you know. It's like, you know, that's the thing, you know. It's like it's like Kevu, for example. They're like, you know, people I kind of work with. They got supported by Blasterjack, so they're starting to get out of the whole producer, you know, like only producer are their fans and stuff. But do you think it's bad if you just have pure producer fans, or do you think it's like a good thing? Do you think it's better than the normal non-producer fan?
It can be good and bad. Bad in the sense producers are gonna rip on you more. They're going to try to bring you down more, unfortunately. Because if they see someone else succeeding, they want to rip you down, right?
Yeah.
I found that with us, we see it all the time. Like, you start succeeding as a producer, other producers start to say, whoa, what the hell? I'm better than you. But you do want fans, you need both, I should say.
Well, producer fans, you never know where all these producer fans are going to go, and they're going to have a lot of connections in the music industry, where someone that's just the general public really knows nothing about music, they're gonna be your fan, and they might share your posts or share your music or something, but if you're lucky, but they might not introduce you to someone else. It's good to stay in the network of producers, but also people don't focus on getting away from Facebook and the producer network enough. We're offering artists next week to be played out in front of 20,000 people at our vendor fairs that we're going to be attending. On a playlist that we're going to play out during the vendor fair when people are coming by, and we want to make a little booklet with all their information that people can look through, and we'll tell them about their track and everything, and people aren't quite understanding that thousands of real people that could like their music are going to
be holding them, literally
be
holding
listening
them.
to them and holding them. They're so used to the hundreds of thousands of numbers on SoundCloud, and they're little producer network, that they don't realize how important real people are.
Yeah, you know.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like you guys say, at first I thought, producers can be your biggest fans, because I kind of I kind of see it like Michael Jordan, and then it's all these basketball players that admire him, like LeBron or all these guys. That's the way I see it, like Tiesto, or, it's all of us look up to him, right? So we're his biggest fans, obviously, so, and then the real fans, it's they're oh, whatever, I like him.
Yeah.
But, and there's also the die-hardcore ones, but, that's another thing right there.
Yeah, you do look up to your other producers, that's why we're all in it, like you said. I wouldn't have got into it if I didn't listen to EDM before and be I like his style, I like that style.
Yeah.
We learn from each other, it's a great community, and then, of course, there's always negatives to everything, but...
Well, because we understand each other and what we've done and how everything's done. A normal person, they don't know how we made that music, they don't know how hard we worked to make it that well. They don't know,
they see
anything. They just say, oh, that's a nice song. And that's all they know, but we, we're inspired by other people and what they've done, because we know how hard it is to get there.
This reminded me of that meme where it's the person's at the festival, how do you make that lead and shit, so...
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. We've been talking for around 40 minutes now, and you guys provided a lot of good information. So, just to kind of recap, you guys offer like the free PDFs, right? Like the free marketing PDFs. So, you said we can find that on your Facebook group and your website, right?
Yep.
Right.
All right, guys. So the links for those, I will make sure to put them in the description so people can check it out, obviously. And then you guys offer, like promotional marketing, pretty much, right? And consulting and all that.
Everything.
Yeah, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, guys. A lot of useful information. There's not that much information out there when it comes to marketing your own music. So I thought this video would be really helpful for you guys. Also, you guys get to hear like this new company, the Drunken Coconut, what they're offering, because trust me, I suck at Facebook, so I like them to do my posts for me, like, hey, you guys do that for me, man. Alright, guys, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and as always, hopefully you guys have a good one. Take care, and say bye to the Drunken Coconut, guys.
Yes.
Alright, bye.